Booyaka! What's up, my pueblos? Your boy here, Apollo from Down, Down, Up, Up, sticking with the new gimmick. And this is it. This is it. This is my results and review video for Money in the Bank. And honestly, one of the best shows WWE has put up. I feel like I enjoyed this just, very close to WrestleMania. But like WrestleMania, they left the fans a bit sour in terms of the main event, except this time it did not come into match quality. It came as to who won, but we will get there. But honestly, overall, a very fun show. It was one of the best WWE pay-per-views I've experienced in a long time that doesn't count as a Big Four pay-per-view. This was a lot of fun. So let's go down through it. Before we start, again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all had fun watching Money in the Bank. Just going to go through a few minor details on the show that happened. There wasn't much that I can think of to say right now, other than one. At some point during the show, the Lucha House Party came out for absolutely no reason, and a six-man tag match was announced to occur, and I'm pretty sure that's when all the fans were like, no. But then Lars Sullivan came out and just killed them again and got quite a nasty gash in the head. I don't know what caused that. But once he came into the ring, did you guys see how it was just dripping down? Like, woo, oh boy. So Sullivan still hasn't had an official televised match on the main roster, but that happened, just a minor detail. Another one, apparently, Mick Foley is going to be returning to WWE Raw to announce the debut or return of a new championship title. Wow, well, that came out of nowhere. But if it's the Hardcore Championship, then wow, that's stepping up to the plate. Do you guys have any guesses? I'm thinking the Hardcore Championship, because why else would it be Mick Foley, of all people, coming back to reveal it? It's Mick Foley, Mr. Hardcore. So what else could it be? Let me know in the comments if you guys have any ideas. Otherwise, it's time to run through this very exciting show. Let's start with the kickoff. A big surprise on the kickoff. Apparently, this was a debate all week. Is the Cruiserweight Championship match going to be on the kickoff show? No, they didn't put it up. Oh, no, it does say kickoff. Oh, wait, no, now it doesn't say kickoff. It was back and forth for pretty much the rest of the week after Tuesday. But, no. Nope. Tony Nese and Arya Daivari did not compete on the kickoff for the Cruiserweight Championship. They got fairly well into the main show. I'm glad to, because I enjoyed the match, but let's go back to the kickoff. The kickoff match was still scheduled to be the Usos versus Daniel Bryan and Rowan, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. Titles were not on the line, and Bryan and Rowan did not reveal their new idea of the SmackDown Tag Team Championships yet, because you remember Daniel Bryan's eco-friendly WWE title. He did mention backstage earlier on that he was planning to change the titles. However, they have yet to do that, which made me feel a lot more confident with my Usos pick. It was actually a really good back and forth. Not that I didn't expect it to be. These four know each other pretty darn well. So, eventually, Rowan got taken out of the ring. Good super kicks. Got rid of him. Bryan was about to do a running dive, and he got super kicked. I don't know what those sounds are on my camera, but they can have lots of fun. Usos went up to the opposite corners, the double splash. 1, 2, 3, Jimmy pinned Daniel Bryan. It is what it is. A good win for the Usos. It makes up lately for losing in efforts against Bryan and Rowan in the past 2 weeks, and all of the nonsense they're doing with the Revival on Raw, which I still love a bit just because the Revival put the work in it. They put the work in everything, even if it's that bad. But still, this felt good for the Usos. Really enjoyed this match, and we'll see where it goes. Maybe the Usos get another shot at the SmackDown tag titles. Could be getting real close to unifying the tag team titles, because let's be serious, the brand split's going to end really soon. So, we'll get there. Moving on to the main show. The first match was the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Ooh, boy. Okay. No complaints about this match. Everybody got a fairly good spot in. It's really one of those matches where I want you to just go watch it. Definitely I didn't feel this was as hype as last year's, but it was still a really good match in my opinion. Oh, and Ember Moon's eclipse from the top of one of the ladders was great. Beautiful. Gorgeous. And then we come down to the closing moments. Who is going to be getting that briefcase? Well, Sonya Deville was at ringside the entire match. She finally started to interfere once Carmella came back from what it looked like an injured knee. I wasn't sure if this was planned or not because it really looked like she was having issues. But then she came back out and tried to climb up. But then Sonya, I believe, was the one who stopped her, picked up a limp Mandy Rose, trying to take her up, like put her on her shoulders, get that fireman's carry position up the ladder. And once it looked like Mandy was going to take it, Bayley climbed up. She gave him that look. She knocked him down, and Bayley won the Money in the Bank ladder match. Oh my goodness, I did not see this coming. I figured they would just go with another heel, except get a longer run with it other than Bliss. And literally both of my predictions were completely wrong with this show because we will get to what's left of Bayley. But as far as then goes, congratulations, Bayley. See what happens when you just let her do her own thing and Sasha goes home? Just saying. Just saying. Good job, Bayley. Love you. Moving on to match number 2. We, well, on the main card anyway, we had the United States Championship match, which makes me feel good about wearing this. Rey Mysterio taking on Samoa Joe once again. After the humiliating WrestleMania loss, Rey was able to get a win over Joe on Raw to cement this match into play. So, in terms of the match, it was another short match. It was a little bit over the time of the WrestleMania match. At one point, Joe looked like he got his nose broken or busted at least. I was getting takeover flashbacks from him and Finn Balor in 2016 at WrestleMania weekend. That was not fun for him at all. But this time, what a screw job. Rey Mysterio gets the roll up on him. Samoa Joe's shoulder is up the entire count. I swear he got that thing up before the 1 count was even hit by the referee. But apparently the referee couldn't see it and counted the 3. Rey Mysterio is the new United States champion. Rey Mysterio has won the championship that has eluded him his entire wrestling career, from the starts in WCW all the way to WWE, but the return has been cemented. Rey Mysterio has done it. Well done. I know a lot of people might not be happy about the screwy finish, but I don't see them ending this feud anytime soon. Dominic came out to congratulate Rey. Shame on anyone who thought Dominic was actually going to interfere in this match. I wasn't sure how I was going to feel about it, but nope, he did not interfere. He came out to celebrate, but then Joe just crushed Rey Mysterio, clotheslined him down, took him back to the ring, gave him a few Uranagis, and reminded him, oh, you don't mess with Samoa Joe. But Rey was still able to walk out on his own 2 feet with the help of Dominic. He's the new United States champion. Well done, Rey. I am really happy, and that is what I've been waiting to see for a very long time. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Doesn't hurt Joe so much either. So, moving on to the next match. A match that, and yes, obviously I have the list right here. That happened a bit early and out of order than I thought it would, but that's the only thing I have to complain about. The steel cage match between The Miz and Shane McMahon, a rivalry that has escalated into so much personal being when it comes to The Miz and his father. Thankfully, there was no interference in this match. These two put in some good work, even got a steel chair in there. Miz getting the skull-crushing finale on the chair, but Shane getting his leg to the rope. A lot of people do not seem to understand how these rope breaks work, so let me give you my rundown of the rope break. In terms of regular matches, the rope break can break up a pin and a submission, because if you keep the submission on when the person is in the ropes, it could lead to disqualification via a referee's 5 count. However, when it is a no disqualification match, the ropes have no meaning when it comes to submission holds. You can keep the submission in as long as you like. A rope break is not going to break it up, causing a disqualification. But when it comes to pinfalls can be broken up via rope break. It doesn't matter if it's a no disqualification match. If any part of your body touches that rope or goes under the rope, it should be broken up by the referee, and the pinfall should be like broken up, void. No. And that's also something I don't blame the fans incredibly on, because WWE games don't understand how to put this in either. Because in the wrestling games, the rope breaks do not count for anything in no disqualification matches. AKA, you can't get a rope break to break up a pin in the games, which is still wrong. Still wrong. That's all I'm going to say. So, the match went on. There was some good high-flying spots. It was a great coast-to-coast catch for Miz into a figure four. Shane desperately trying to get out at times, but finally, after all of the beatdown, Shane McMahon was at the top of the cage. Miz was trying to pull him back in, but Shane slid through his shirt and fell to the ground. Shane McMahon won the match by escaping the cage, just as I figured, but with no interference. So there you go. A sly ending for the best in the world, Shane McMahon. Not bad. I hope this is the end of the feud. I hope Roman is now the bigger target, because the rumor still is it's going to be Shane McMahon versus Roman Reigns at the Super Showdown, where we also found out some more matches for that pay-per-view on Money in the Bank. I believe Goldberg Undertaker still announced. Triple H Orton still announced. The 50-man Battle Royal. It's a shame they can't do another Royal Rumble. It's just a Battle Royal. Still announced. But also Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley. It was supposed to be Braun and Drew. That was on the original advertisement. However, it looks like that's been changed. But we're also getting the Demon Finn Balor defending his Intercontinental title against Andrade. The Demon Finn Balor is coming to the Super Showdown. Very interesting. Very interesting, but good to hear. So as far as the Miz Shane stuff goes, we're going to move away from that. Let's go into number 5 on my sheet. Okay, now it's time for the Cruiserweight Championship match. Tony Nese, Arya Daivari. Both men have been putting up well on 205 Live lately. Tony with big wins, obviously, against Buddy Murphy in the rematch and Ligero. Daivari, his own impressive wins against the likes of Oni Lorcan and Noam Dar. Could Daivari steal it? He even came out in a car. He had the Del Rio-ish entrance, which really made me begin to doubt. Oh, he's going to cheat, isn't he? He's going to find a way to cheat. But no, Daivari really didn't try to cheat so much in this match. He hit his move straight up, the Persian Splash, that hammerlock clothesline, but Tony too strong, hitting his 450, and finally the running knees to retain his title. I can't believe so many people thought the Tony train was going to end here. Shame on you! It's Tony Nese. He has so many reasons. Love Tony Nese. That was it for the Cruiserweight Championship match. Very well done. I would not mind another match between these two. But let's keep it going. Next up. The first Women's Championship match of the evening. Becky Lynch defending her championship against Lacey Evans. That's right, the Raw Women's Championship match was first. This surprised me. I really thought they were going to do Charlotte, Becky first, until thoughts began to go into my mind of how this was going to go down, and we'll get to that. As far as Becky and Lacey goes, it was okay. I didn't really see this as the match it could have been built to be, but to be fair, it looks like the feud is not over, so this was a fair start. Lacey trying to get some cheap shots in, but Becky finally caught her in the disarmor. Lacey tapped. End of story. Becky retained the Raw Women's Championship. Important. That's the title she took from Ronda Rousey, so there you go. But right when it looked like that we're not doing the title matches back-to-back, out comes Charlotte smiling. Do love her smile. Gets in the ring. Referee just accepts the fact that this match is happening now, and Charlotte Becky is a go. And right when Becky was about to really put in the win, Lacey stays out, gets a cheap shot. Becky was still able to roll Charlotte, but not enough for the win. Charlotte hits a big boot and pins Becky Lynch. What? Are you kidding me? The lady that beat Ronda Rousey loses one of her titles like this? But then it got better. Ha ha ha. Lacey and Charlotte put the beat down on Becky for a while after the match, as Charlotte is the new SmackDown Women's Champion, until Bayley came out to make the save. But then, right when it looked like she was satisfied, she looked at her briefcase, looked at the people, got the reaction, and cashed her contract in, hit an elbow from the top rope. 1, 2, 3. Bayley won the SmackDown Women's title. Oh my gosh, it was so solidifying for all the crap she's put up for the past 2 years. Going almost nowhere. Briefly on top of the mountain, being the first WWE Women's Tag Team Champions of the new era. But then they lost them, and Sasha went home, according to rumor. And Bayley won the briefcase, and she won the SmackDown Women's Championship. Now, I could be wrong, but is this counting as a Grand Slam Triple Crown winner for Bayley? She's been NXT Women's Champion, SmackDown Women's Champion, Raw Women's Champion, and Women's Tag Team Champion. No one has done that yet, not even Charlotte. Well done, Bayley. Love you. Really proud of you. And the crowd was, oh, they were so into it. It was such a good moment, and it felt so good to see Bayley get her due. Oh, mwah, beautiful. Love you, Bayley. Well done. Okay, let's see where we are now. Now we are on to a match where WWE booked very wisely. Roman Reigns versus Elias. If you remember the Roman Reigns Jinder Mahal match from last year's Money in the Bank, that was more than a mistake. But WWE learned from their lessons. Roman was shown backstage getting ready to come out. Elias was creeping in the back. Hit him with a guitar. He went out. He sung some songs on an electric guitar. Fun stuff. Right when he was looking like he was about to leave, Roman Reigns rushes out. Superman punch. Throws him in the ring. Bell rings. Spear. 1, 2, 3. Roman Reigns wins. That is how you get Roman over. I enjoyed every bit of that. It didn't need to be a long match, and everybody knew Roman was going to win anyway. So I don't have much to say, but good job. That's the right way to book it. I'm giving you props for that. Moving on. Let's see. Gotta look here on my paper. Okay, yeah, now we're really into the long stretch of the show. Universal Championship match. Oh boy, I was really surprised to see this coming up before the WWE title match. Seth Rollins, AJ Styles, two of the best WWE has to offer, competing for the first time one-on-one on TV in WWE for the Universal Championship. This match delivered. This did not feel as disappointing as Nakamura and AJ. This was fun. These two had some awesome spots in, most notably the curb stomp into the Styles Clash. That was crazy. There was the RKO from the curb stomp, but then there was the Styles Clash from the curb stomp. Oh my gosh, mi casa. That was great. That was great, but it wasn't enough to win. This is a match you need to see. You need to watch this match. They had a lot of fun, including Rollins hitting his reverse superplex into the saving grace. That was crazy. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch the match. But then, after all the punishment, AJ finally thinking he can put Seth away, goes for the forearm, gets caught, some super kicks. Finally, the earth-shattering curb stomp is hit. Rollins takes his time getting into the cover. 1, 2, 3. Looked like AJ was just trying to muster the strength to kick out, but he couldn't. He couldn't. Seth Rollins beat AJ Styles and retained the Universal Championship match. After a bit of hard going, they shook hands. Brotherly love, a wonderful match. I don't know what this means for AJ in terms of what's next, because there was no screwy finish. There was no Brock Lesnar for this match. Ha ha ha, we'll get to that. So I'm a bit surprised. I thought Brock would ruin this. Seth would survive Brock at Super Showdown, and AJ would get another match down the line. But with AJ, I don't know. I don't know what's next for him then, but we'll see. AJ is out of the runnings for the Universal title, and Seth Rollins is looking stronger as ever. Well done. Let's move on to the WWE Championship match. Kevin Owens, Kofi Kingston. Owens with a very rushed heel turn. Did not feel so great about that, but Kofi Kingston put in every challenge down, beating Daniel Bryan again on Raw, surviving the triple threat against AJ and Sami on SmackDown, and now ready for Kevin Owens. No interference, no Xavier Woods. These two were hitting everything they could. It was a solid match. I wouldn't mind seeing more, especially if they are going to do a rematch at Super Showdown. But hey, SOS, Kevin kicked out. Kofi gets caught with the pop-up powerbomb, kicks out. Owens gets caught with Trouble in Paradise, rolls out of the ring. He did not hit his apron power bomb, but he did hit a stunner, so he's still using that move. But Kofi got his hand on the ropes. But finally, the second Trouble in Paradise was hit. 1, 2, 3. Kofi Kingston, Jamaican sensation, still the WWE champion. I'm going to stop. And great. Love Kofi. Really glad he kept the championship. This is where I expected so much screwiness, but we didn't need it. Kofi got it. Solid. After this wonderful miracle ride of a show, we then got to the main event. The men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, how do you think this went down? Well, as we know from Raw, Sami Zayn beat Braun Strowman to take his spot, but Sami Zayn was found literally hung by his feet backstage like a piece of meat. Guess who did that? Well, apparently it wasn't Braun Strowman. Triple H confronted Strowman about it, and Braun said he didn't know what he was talking about. But Triple H told Braun to leave anyway, and Braun did. So then we think we're going to get someone else added to the match. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Cesaro? Is it going to be Lashley? Is it going to be Bray Wyatt? No, instead it's a big fat nobody. That's right, the match started with only 7 men of the original 8 that were supposed to be in this match. No one came out. So, Raw's Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Ricochet, along with SmackDown's Ali, Finn Balor, Andrade, and Randy Orton, put on one of the greatest Money in the Bank ladder matches I have ever seen in my life. The spots in this match were unbelievable. You need to see this match. There was everything. Ricochet being thrown through a ladder. Randy Orton RKOs all around. Crazy style, man. Like, these guys knew what they were doing and made a complete masterpiece of this match. That vicious sunset flip powerbomb to Finn Balor bouncing on the ladders from Andrade was crazy too. I can't give this match much justice. You need to go watch this thing. There were so many crazy spots. Corbin's chokeslam through a table and chokeslam on the ladder when it was set in a different position was, oh, cringy. You need to watch this match. You need to watch this match. But if you want to leave yourself happy, don't watch the end of it. Because what happened was yet another decision that WWE made poorly and unnecessary, but answers so many questions about how WWE feels about Money in the Bank these days. So, let me tell you, if you haven't seen it, then get ready for disappointment. Ali had the ring to himself and was slowly climbing up the ladder. Oh boy, big opportunity. Is Ali gonna do it? But then Brock Lesnar's music hits, and out he came. The man who officially retired from UFC along with Paul Heyman. Brock came out, he pushed the ladder down, sending Ali to the ground. Took his time climbing up, and guess what? Brock was number 8. Brock Lesnar won the Money in the Bank ladder match. Brock Lesnar is Mr. Money in the Bank. And we all know, he's going to be cashing it in advance at Super Showdown for his rematch with Seth Rollins. This was garbage. But the thing is, you know what? It did not ruin my evening. I didn't care. I actually did not care. I had so many ups from the show to look at. I loved it. I didn't care. It was just one of those beautiful moments where nothing affected my input. I loved Money in the Bank 2019, and this couldn't spoil it. But let's keep talking about it, though. So, Brock Lesnar just won Money in the Bank and did no effort to compete in this match whatsoever. It could have been great if you actually put Brock in the match. Brock Lesnar in a ladder match? He would have killed it. I would have loved to see them do this, but no, they just threw it away and let Brock come out and take it after everybody put in the work, which is how it works anyway. Everyone else puts in the work, and they just send Brock out to pick up the scraps. That's how the system works. But let's talk more about Money in the Bank as a whole. So, for the second year in a row, the women's winner has cashed in the same night. So we're not holding on to that for very long. And for the third year in a row, it seems like we may have a wasted men's Money in the Bank winner because Corbin failed, Strowman failed, and do you really think they're going to give the title to Brock again? But you know what? I shouldn't say that because when it comes down to it, I'm probably going to pick Brock because for some reason, WWE is just obsessed with Brock Lesnar. They feel like they need him. And you know what? When AEW starts, that's what's really going to ruin them. Oh, it's going to be so satisfying to see how it's going to go. But that's really it. WWE seems to have lost its touch of what Money in the Bank should be. And I'll say this, and I have no issue with saying this. The last time I really felt good about a Money in the Bank briefcase being cashed in after a solid amount of time was Sheamus in 2015. A lot of people hated that. I absolutely adored it. But that's it. Money in the Bank is over, and overall, it was a fantastic show. If you watch the main event, just turn it off when you see Ali climbing the ladder for maybe the second or third time when nobody's in the ring. It was a great match. It was a great match. I'm not going to criticize the match. And that's really it. Thank you all so much for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you thought was the best part about Money in the Bank and how do you see things working out in the future. It's going to be a crazy road. Hey, leading up probably to Super Showdown, although it's still probably going to be another hated show, but I'm just not the right person to rant and criticize about things I don't fully understand, so I won't. As far as wrestling goes for me, I'm looking forward to next Saturday where UK's Defiant is going to be putting on the No Regrets Rumble. You should check that out if you haven't. Access Defiant, only $8.99 a month for your subscription where you can watch No Regrets. It's a free 30-day trial for new subscribers. I would seriously consider watching it because next Saturday in the afternoon it's going to be on fleek. And, of course, Double or Nothing AEW is next Saturday too. So things are getting exciting. I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks probably for my predictions for Super Showdown. Until then, again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful Victoria Day or whatever you're doing. I hope you can enjoy it. Love you. Love my Pueblos. I will see you all later. Thanks for watching. Keep it real. Booyaka!